What's going on, guys? Today I got my first tutorial video for you to get through Crota. It's gonna be for hunters that are level 32 and hopefully it's gonna be fairly simple. So we're gonna start off in this room. Everybody knows hopefully what to do. We've done the heavy ammo glitch. You can probably see all the heavy ammo on the floor. If you guys don't know how to do that, I can upload a video to show you. And then just wipe your way through the room. My friend here dies, but only to get his health back so he can resurrect. So the best thing to do in this first room that some of you may not know is to make sure that you're dropping orbs for each other. So we didn't actually show it in this video, but if people are sun singers or have golden guns, it's brilliant to get the yellow health knights down to low and have them finish them off. So plenty of you have ways to gain your health back halfway through the fight. Then we come out here and you want the sword bearer out on this pillar that I'm on, and if you jump up and down you're out of reach of the boomers. Everyone's behind you on the ledge and you just all take down the sword bearer together, nice and easy. And you want to grab the sword and get up on the rock and go invisible. Now the important part here is, as a hunter, you want to go invisible, get up and get in position behind him, and you call out to your teammates to hit him when you're behind him. The difference with a hunter compared to anyone else is when I use my warlock or my titan, you want to be calling it out when you're still on the rock, because you need him to be going down when you're on your way up. As a hunter, you want to go up there invisible and then get in position beforehand away from the boomers. This is why the hunter's the easiest, because the boomers won't be able to hit you as long as you're tucked in perfectly behind him, which I'll explain on the second sword. So that time you saw I got about 9 hits and when I come back inside you'll see that his health is already halfway down. So if you don't know at all how to use the sword as a hunter, what I did there was I went invisible from crouching, got up, tucked in behind him, and had everyone fire when I was ready. Once you see him get hit by a couple of rockets, you know that he's going to be too distracted to hit you, so you want to start swinging straight away while he's still standing. I mean, I could get in 5 on the first go, which is, as far as I know, the maximum you can get in, and I only managed 4 on the second go, but 9 is a lot. You want to be aiming for maybe 3 and 3, 4 if you can. That means you've got to be hitting him though before he's kneeling. You need to be hitting him on his way down. So then we come back in here while he's on the right, and we keep an eye on him until he moves back, because there's not much we can do until he moves back. At this point you just want to get your health back, pick up some heavy ammo if there's any on the floor, or use a synthesis, whatever you're doing. Just make sure you're ready to go back out. Everyone's got health. You want someone standing by with a bubble, as you're going to see. We'll put one down so everyone has blessing. The worst part here is that the boomers are just going to rain down on you, so you want everyone to be grabbing a shield. Obviously I didn't grab one there, but I'm just heading straight to the pillar. It's a bit easier for me. You want to make sure nobody else dies behind you. Then we go back to the same strategy. We get up. Now the important part here is that you want to make sure you know how many hits you're getting in, because I managed to get in 9 on the first go, which is a lot. If you're only getting 6, it's not too bad. But now that I've got in 9, after 14 he becomes enraged, so you'll see me go for a lot less this time. So now I can tell you a bit more about how to tuck in behind him. So with a normal guy you'd already be calling it out when you're on that rock. With a hunter, as you can see, I make sure I get behind him, which is as much out of the way of the boomers as possible, before I call out anything. Then you start swinging as soon as you see him hit by a few rockets. This time the same thing, I get back, I make sure I'm behind him, tucked away from the boomers, and that's it, you just call it out. So now we head down into this room for the ogres, which I imagine a lot of you know about, but maybe some of you don't. If you're on the door that I'm on now, you want to make sure you're kneeling, so you don't get hit by splash damage from boomers and Crota. Other than that, you can be on the door above the ogre room, or you can just be on the other side of the room, which is a little bit less safe. Then you wait in here, clear some thralls out of the way, and eventually the ogre should come out for us. Then you make sure everyone's hitting him. Bear in mind I've got 3 31's in my team right now, and that's how quickly we can kill him. As you're working as a team, it's easy. Then the other ogre you'll see will come across the screen. If you don't catch him, you can just drop down to the doorway and he'll be on the left. And he can shoot back at you, which I think he does a bit here, so we get off. But yeah, you can't always kill him when he's still on the right over there, but he is dead now. Then the same thing as when you're upstairs, you need a shield, so everyone has a blessing of light on now. It's definitely preferable, because when you're coming up here, Crota can be shooting and the boomers will be shooting. And I always make sure when I get inside this room to make sure everyone's turning around to do what we're doing now, just to clear the doorway. You don't want exploding thralls coming in behind you. Then same thing as before. He's nearly dead now at this point, or he should be. Hopefully he's around 6 hits away at most. I think on mine he's around 4 or 5. But if you're getting two sixes in at the beginning, he should only be around 6 hits away by now, so you don't need to go for 9 like I did. That was just because sometimes if I can get 10 in, then we can maybe go for 2 swords. So as you see, a thrall does actually come in now, so you do have to be careful. This is why we turn around when we first come in the room. You just don't want someone to die now. So it's the same thing, we have to wait for him to come over to the right and then back into the middle, because you don't want him moving halfway through the sword. So after this sword, if you're not done, he will become enraged, because once he goes right and middle and then left and middle, it's too late. So you do have to get him down in this sword if you use this strategy. So everyone should be picking up heavy again, getting their health back. Wasn't too much of a problem for me, but you will have some trouble sometimes when you hit in Crota. Coming back inside, you'll probably lose a bit of health. You just have to do your best to stay under bridges and things to avoid him and the boomers on your way back in. But I can go through that a bit more if people want me to. Yeah, so we're just hanging out now, wait for him to move back. And same thing, you need someone in the doorway like we have with the Blessing of Light ready to go. So it's best if you have 2 titans, because after using one on the ogres, if you don't have orbs in this room, it is quite hard for someone to keep getting their shield back, and you do really want it on this door. I think you'll see now that they could rain down quite hard on our way out. So we do have someone still watching at the window to let us know when Crota's moving. You want to be on, like, straight away on time. And when we get back out of this room, we go for our last hit, and it's the same as the other 2. I try and time my invisibility here just so I can head out invisible, just to make it a bit easier for me, but it's not important, it doesn't need to be done. As long as everybody has a shield on, it shouldn't be too hard. Same thing, you can go on the ledge as well, just be clear, you don't have to be on the platform that I'm on, but it is the closest, it gets you to the sword a bit quicker. The whole time everyone should be calling out where the sword bearer is, making sure everybody's on it, and if they have no heavy or things like that, you need to be calling that out as well. You've got to be talking this whole time. We have a lot of chat going on. As the sword bearer, you tend to want to be the person that talks the most, giving the most information. And notice how I'm tucked right in against the wall on this side especially. You want to be right out of the way, otherwise Crota can shoot you. So once again I get behind, then I call it out. As you can see, as soon as you get hit by some rockets, then you're fine. He'll be distracted, especially by Wolfpack rounds from Galahorns. You can start hitting straight away. Another thing is, I will kill him now. But another thing is, your teammates, you need to make sure they know on the last sword, when he becomes enraged, there will be thrall in the room behind them, and they can reach you through the window, so the people on the ledge need to be straight up at the front. And that's about it. If you have any questions, you're welcome to put them in the comments, and if anything wasn't cleared up, I can add it in for you. But thanks for watching.